not with Hanan Ashwari, not with Likud, not with labor. The reward is with him. How many are looking forward to the reward of the kingdom based in Israel? Then get with him. See him and get with him. Behold him and flow with him. See him and go with him. Hallelujah. He's coming. Go with him. Flow with him. But see him and behold, for the solution cometh, O Zion. Hallelujah. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Go with the flow. Yeshua is coming. The reward of kingdom authority, kingdom living, kingdom residence is with who? Is with the arm of Yahweh. Who are you waiting for? Where's your expectation? Where's your future? Where's your hope? Mine is in the arm. Your arms to Israel. Get it? Abba, like you were, Yeshua was your arm to us. We want to be Yeshua's arms to all Israel. Get it? No, Baba. Das ist nicht accurate. We don't ship weapons and grenades to Israel. Some people say, well, I'm not coming to your church. First of all, sweetheart, stay home. We ain't no church. We're a shul. Where Yeshua taught, where the Talmudim taught, and a shul made up of Israelites who have a dual allegiance to Yahshua and his father's Torah. Amen. We don't sing the song, I pledge allegiance to the Lamb. We don't sing that song. We pledge allegiance to the Lamb and Papa's Torah, which he gave to us as our ketuvah, our constitution, to prove that we're married to him, somebody. Amen. I'm talking to somebody this morning. So be careful who you pledge allegiance to. Be careful who you're waiting for. I'm not waiting for the European Union. I'm not waiting for a revival of the Oslo talks, the Norway talks, the White River Accord. No. I'm not waiting for any of man's accord, which is in reality a camouflaged amount of discord. You want to wait for the accords of man to straighten out the Middle East? You're going to be waiting a long time. Because man's accords are nothing more than camouflaged discord. Amen. Amen. So can't say oh man, say oh my. I'm talking about the Miami Beach Israel revival. I'm talking about the truth of Yahweh Elohim coming to set our people, our cities, our towns, our villages, our land free from oppression. We're not teaching rebellion. We're not teaching insurrection against any government. Let the governments of this age stand. Let the governments of this age abide. For he that shall come will come apart for sin. For he will deliver Jacob from ungodliness and from the squatters of the Palestinian occupied territories. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. See, behold, your Elohim comes. The reward is in the arm. So what's it up to you to grab the arm? Grab the arm and bring that peace solution. When Yeshua brings peace, there's no process. It's going to be victory. Amen. It's going to be political, military, geographical, because in him we live and move and have our very being. All the solutions that man cannot solve is going to be all wrapped up in the coming of the solution. I believe with a perfect heart in the coming of the solution. Amen. I'm a Jew who believes in the final solution. Amen. Not like my grandparents were killed during the Holocaust, but I believe in the true final solution to the problems of the squatters. Amen. Someone's in my land, but I'm not going to touch them. I'm not going to lift a finger. I don't even have to pray against them because it says, see, Judah, Elohim's coming. Start rejoicing. Get with the party. Get with the program. Elohim's coming. Amen. But he's not just coming anywhere. He's targeting the Palestinian occupied West Bank. Talk to me, somebody. Yeshua knows how to hit a bullseye. Yeshua knows how to hit a target. He knows where he wants to unseat those who say they worship Yahweh. But according to Matthew 7:21 through 24, an etzah is known by the pri hadamah. The tree is known by its fruit. And all y'all got on that fruit is a whole bunch of smelly fruit. You don't even need a Bible to walk in this world. All you need is to look at the fruit. An evil tree cannot bring forth good fruit. A good tree brings forth good fruit. You want to know who's right? You want to know if Israel or the Palestinians are right? Just look at the fruit. I don't have to worry about Israelis blowing up my baby at MIA. I don't have to worry about Israelis blowing up my baby in the front row, in the cashier's line of Publix. I don't have to worry about them doing that. But I sure got to worry about the sons of Esau doing that because they don't like their home. Esau doesn't want to stay at home. That's Esau's problem. We're going to talk about that this morning. How come they want Israel's land? Because they don't like their land. Yahweh gave them a piece of territory. They don't want to stay home. Get it? When you don't want to stay home and you don't appreciate what you do have, for godliness with contentment is great gain. So how do you become a super saint? By being content with what you got. That's how you become a super saint. That's what Yahweh wants for all of us. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Be content. I got a nice house, I got enough roof, I got a kvetchy parrot, but I ain't a parrot makes some doo-doo in the cage, but that's okay. I love my parrot anyway. Are you complaining about your parrot's doo? Are you gonna say, Father, thank you that I've got a few family friends, and thank you for this little bird that keeps me busy? And contentment is how you become a giant of the faith. Contentment. Contentment. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Now let's go further. Since we learned last week Israel has a lease on the land of Israel. Who owns the land of Israel? From the Mediterranean to the Dead Sea to Damascus in the north, or even into Iran, Iraq, to the east. Who owns Israel? Yahweh owns Israel. He's the landlord. What does that mean? He's the Lord of the land. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Amen. Baal Habayit. Baal Haaretz. Now, who are the tenants? We learned this last week. Who are the tenants? The children of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Where did we learn it in? In Tehillim 105. It says to the seed of Jacob. Not Abraham. The Palestinians are children of Abraham also. We're not talking about Abraham. We're talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That narrows down who is a biological and who is not a biological Israelite. Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. He says, I have given the land to the sons of Yaakov, even the whole land of Canaan, for 1,000 generations. Amen. Let's play Bible scholar. Turn to your neighbor and say, let's play. Let's play. Get out your calculator. A biblical generation is approximately, conservatively, how many years? 40 years. Some say 120. Some say 70. 40. But let's stick with the conservative number of 40. 40. 1,000 times 40 is how much? 40,000. When did Yahweh make the promise to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? About 2200 what? BCE, approximately. From Abraham to Yeshua, 2,000. From Yeshua to now, 2,000. So far, the lease has accumulated 4,000 years, but the lease is for what? 40,000 years. What's 40,000 minus 4,000? 36,000 years left on our lease to the land. Get that tape. Read Psalm 105. We have 36,000 years left on our lease. Merle, wouldn't you like to have a tenant like that? Y'all got to rent nothing for 36,000 years. My goodness. Your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will have the same tenants you had. Now that's security. Tehillim 105, read it. It says, to Yaakov I have given a covenant, all the land of Canaan, for 40,000 years. They've been there for 4,000. Give and take a few hundred when they disobey Yahweh. Amen? So we've got about 36,000 years left. Don't tell me the Palestinians own that land. Either the Quran is Yahweh's word or the Bible is Yahweh's word, but you can't have both being Yahweh's word. Yahweh's word says, my people have another 36,000 years left on their lease. Read Tehillim, Psalm 105, and you'll understand what we spoke about last week. But I want to focus in on the coming of Elohim to the cities of Yehuda. I want to focus in on a time coming, a time known as Yaakov's trouble. Yes. I want to focus in on a time when Jerusalem and the Temple Mount will be besieged. I want to talk about a time very soon when Jerusalem will be given over to the Palestinians. I want to talk about a time where Yeshua is determined to come and change the equation in the Middle East. Go with me, please, to Bereshis. Bereshis. Genesis. Genesis. Did I say that right, Karen? Huh? Yes? No? Genesis?
Genesis.
Genesis? Genesis.
We don't have
It's
no
all the
food.
same, all the same. Bereshis 36:6. Bereshis 36:6. Esau, how many know the Palestinian? You ever look at a Palestinian?
Yeah.
You ever notice the unique characteristics of his skin? It's not white, it's not black. Did you ever notice how it's Edomish, reddish? Like red clay, like the red clay of the turf in Paris at the French Open? It's a very bright, very discernible red, is it not?
Yeah.
Is it not? It's a very discernible red.
Yeah.
Amen. Now watch, so these are the sons of Edom. Edom is Esau. Look at Genesis 36:6. Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the beings of his household, his herds, his beasts, all his possessions, which he had gained in the land of Canaan. Look at me. Where did Esau get rich? When he was hanging out with Jacob.
Yeah.
Where? In the land of Canaan, because there's a land flowing with eretz avat chalav u'devash. A land flowing with milk and honey.
Yeah.
So Esau got rich where? In Canaan land. Now you know why Esau likes Canaan? You understand why Edom wants to come back to Canaan? That's where they got rich. That's where they prospered. That's where they did very, very well materially. And in every other way. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Even in Yahweh's way. Because they were hanging out with Yaakov. How many know I'll bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you? Bereshis 12:3. If you bless Yaakov and hang out with Yaakov in Canaan, in the promised land, you get the what? The due benevolence and blessings of Yaakov, somebody.
Yeah.
Watch this. Esau gained great wealth in Jacob's land. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
Other than Tigit. Does anyone else get this?
Yes.
Where were the times good? Where were the times rocking and rolling? Back in Canaan land. Back in Canaan land. So the Edomite says, how do I get back in Canaan land? How do I take back Canaan land? How do I come and live and prosper again in Canaan land? Oh, I'm starting to see some of this stuff. Watch this. Look at the end of verse 6. But then he went to a land away from the presence of Yaakov. Hello?
Yeah.
Now you know why they don't want to leave? As long as they're in the presence of Yaakov, serving his Yahweh, doing things his way, in his land, they'll be flowing with the same what? Milk and honey. Eretz avat chalav. Chalav v'devash. Eretz avat chalav. Chalav v'devash. Eretz avat chalav. Chalav v'devash. Eretz avat chalav. Yeah.
Yeah. Got that part.
I'm taking my own time. I better cut short the singing, or else I'll have no time left. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Look at verse 7. For that, you got a hot one, you got a hot rabbi, that's right. That's right. You didn't just settle for any rabbi, you settle for a hot wire. I'm wired, honey.
He's like Yahweh. He never changed.
I've been wired for 17 years, and I don't plan on getting unconnected anytime soon.
He changed not.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Look at verse 7.
Baruch
For
Hashem
their
Yahweh.
possessions were too great for them to dwell together, and the land of their sojournings could not support them both because of the herds. A herds are a type of what? People.
Yeah.
Blessing. Overflowing. Abundance. Materialismo. When Esau remembers their background, that they came from Canaan, they want to stay in Canaan and dwell in Canaan and live in Canaan and work in Canaan and have jobs in Canaan. Even in the Palestinian-occupied West Bank, the ones who do work, not all, most of it's a 60% unemployment or 70%. But the ones who do work, where do they work?
Israel.
In Israel proper. They hang out with Jacob, and Jacob gives them their paycheck.
Yeah.
And then they blow up Jacob's children on the weekends.
Yeah.
Do you know that the 30% of Palestinians who work would not have a job if not for the Jews?
Amen.
That's right. They don't think of it.
So that's why they don't blow him up, because they want their paycheck. They keep working for Jacob in Canaan, amen, and send their 16-year-old girl to blow up Jacob's children so she can come home with an extra $25,000 courtesy of the house of Saud of Saudi Arabia, and courtesy of what's this, that bozo in yeah, him too, insane.
So damn insane.
So famished insane.
What did he say?
Now you think about that. The per capita income of a Palestinian is $300 a year. $200 to $300 a year in American currency. Now, if I work for Jacob and send my daughter to blow Jacob up, I can double ram Jacob, can't I?
Yeah.
I can get his paycheck and feed my family, because after all, there are no Palestinian businesses. But if I send my daughter to blow his children up, Saddam's going to mail me a check, and he just raised it from $6,000 to $25,000 per suicide homicide bomber. I like what the Bush White House did. They stopped calling them suicide bombers, because suicide means you take your own life. When you take other people's lives, you're a homicide bomber.
That's right.
They changed the suicide bomber just in the last week, Baruch Hashem Yahweh, for slow progress.
Yes.
So now they're calling them homicide bombers.
Yes.
Suicide means you could play with your own life. Homicide means you took my life, you have no right to play with my life.
Yes. Amen. That's right.
So no wonder Esau wants to come back to Canaan. Because those were the good old days. Turn to your neighbor and say, good old days. Those were the good old days. Those were the days he thought would never end. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance with Jacob and take his money and get his hides. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard that Edom is after Jacob's hides? Again, have you heard? But behold, speak to the cities of Judah. Say, if the plan, the nefarious, wicked plan will not work, Elohim is coming.
Right.
And he's not coming to open up a car wash.
That's right.
I know.
I'm sure of that.
Yeshua already did that. He opened up a wash where you got washed in his blood. Now he's coming with us. It's going to get exciting. Just watch this.
Strong lock.
Just watch this. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. What's going on with the curtain over there? Can we close it just a tad? Is it open? Is it closed? Is it light on? Is it light off? What's going on? Who's on first? Come on! It looks good anyway. I like what's going on. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Keep it open if you have to, but a little bit less. Okay, now jump down to verse 8. So Esau dwelled on Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And this is the genealogy of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Tel Aviv.
No.
Is that what it says?
No.
Where are the Edomites supposed to be? On Mount Seir. Why did Yahweh allow him to take his wives and his family away from the presence of Jacob? Because the land was too small for the multitude of their wealth and their herds. So Edom dwelt. What does dwelt mean? Vacation?
Live.
Took a tour?
Live.
Did some sightseeing? Hung out? Checked out? Wrung out? No. He dwelt on Seir. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. If we're going to keep the lights on, we got to keep the curtain closed. If the lights are on, huh? But you can hear. All turn off the lights, either one. Either one. Turn off the lights or keep the curtain closed, or whatever. You know what to do. You with me? Esau dwelled on Seir. So what's happening in Israel now? Edom doesn't like his house. Edom doesn't like his home.
That's right, he doesn't.
What is he doing? He's come back to the place of his glory to take a spoil. Are you with me? To take a spoil. He's back to take a spoil. And Yahweh's saying, hold it. I love the sons of Edom. I'm not a racist. I don't favor. I'm equal. I love all my creation. Amen? He says, Edom, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go back to where you're supposed to. I gave you a home. Edom's not supposed to be homeless. Edom's not supposed to be without shelter. Edom's not supposed to be out in left field with no protection. He has a home, but he doesn't like his home. And that is a problem, right? That's a spirit of what? Discontentment. Discontentment. And when a person is discontent, he either what? Tries to gain what is not his, either by force or unlawfully. Amen? Does it sound familiar? Edom's come up from Mount Seir. To where? To the mountains of Ephraim, to the hills of Shomron, to the cities of Yehudah, saying, I want to recapture my glory. Jacob, don't you have some stuff for me? This is not your land, it's my land. And Yahweh says, no. He says, go back to Mount Seir. Edom dwelt at Seir. Edom dwells at Seir. Edom will dwell at Seir. Edom, go back to Seir. I love you. You've got a home. It's not like the Palestinians don't have a homeland. They do have a homeland. They just don't like the one Yahweh gave them.
That's right. That's right.
Yahweh doesn't leave anyone homeless, without care, without provision. You with me, somebody?
Yes.
Just wave at me if you're sleeping now. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Baruch Hashem. Simon says, Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Now look at Bereshit 37:1. I had some guy write into me, he goes, you know, Rabbi, when I ordered your tapes, I was looking for a rabbi. And instead I got a Pentecostal preacher. Says, I want a refund. I said, I'll be happy to send you a refund. I said, but I said, what makes this guy think that rabbis don't move? You know, we tend to think that, you know, a rabbi has to be very stoic. Let's turn our parsha today. Who would like to read the Bible?
That's true.
I may not be his kind of rabbi, but I'm somebody's kind of rabbi.
You're a rabbi.
Because I try to be like Jimmy Swaggart. When I first came into the ministry, then my bubble got burst. Then I tried to be like Billy Graham. Then I found out he was anti-Semitic. Then my bubble burst again. Then I tried to be like Richard Roberts and lay hands on every turtle and grasshopper that moved under the chair. To be a world famous healist. I wasn't content being a rabbi, I wanted to be a healist. That didn't work either because soon I found out that Yahweh had told Oral Roberts he was going to kill him. So if I wanted to be like Oral Roberts, I was going to be killed pretty soon. Then I figured this whole thing out. I ain't supposed to be like anybody else. I'm supposed to be the first Moshe Kanichowski.
I know that's right.
Little New York talk, little Spanish, little Latin, just a whole smorgasbord of fun. Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Just like Yahweh wanted you to.
Hallelujah. Needless to say, he no longer orders our tapes, Carrie. I'm going to say Carrie after him.
Oh,
That'll straighten him out. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Bereshit 37:1. Yaakov dwelt in the land of his fathers, sojourning in the land of Canaan. Esau refuses to stay home. Esau refuses to stay in his land. He's coming to take a spoil. Now go with me, please, to Zechariah. Is anyone enjoying?
yes.
I said, is anyone enjoying?
Yes.
Zechariah 14. Yahweh loves Esau. It's not like, oh, he hates the palace. He loves it. He gave him a house. He gave him a home. At one time, they stayed home. Now they don't want to stay home. Why? Because they have good memories. Good times in the land of Canaan. What happened in the land of Canaan? Their herds increased. Their belongings multiplied. Their materialistic possessions increased because they were in the presence of Yaakov. I'll bless those who bless Yaakov, and I'll curse those who curse Yaakov. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I said Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I'm talking about Yahweh who blesses everything in Jacob and even in the presence of Yaakov. All you got to do is get in the presence of Yaakov and you'll be blessed. Because he is the Elohim of Yaakov. And Yahweh has given us a message in these last days. Take this message to the cities of Yehudah. And tell Yehudah, behold, the arm of Yahweh is coming again. Behold, Yahweh is coming to rule in the cities of Yehudah. Al Tirah, fear not, fear not. See, behold, look, Mabit, see, look, behold, your Elohim is coming. It's not just any Elohim, it's the arm of Yahweh who was sent the first time and is coming again, somebody. I'm going to lift up the solution for Yeshua said in Yochanan 12, if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men unto me. This day Yahweh is drawing us to the solution. The Palestinian-Israeli conflict has a solution. And it's called Yeshua's, it's called the arm of Yahweh. That's why we're your arms to Israel. We want to take that solution and bring that solution to all Israel. No, we don't ship hand grenades. No, we don't warehouse Kafelnikov rifles. No, we don't transport F-16s. No, we don't. People always ask me, hello, I'd like to support weapons for Israel's struggle. Can you ship weapons? I said, no, I said, you got the wrong group, sweetheart. The arms that we want to show are the arms of love, the arms of forgiveness, and the arms that bring solutions to both houses of Yehudah and Ephraim. Those are the arms I'm talking about. People say, why don't you change your name? I said, why don't you change yours? I know what Yahweh's called me to do, is to bring solutions to both houses of Israel. Esau doesn't like to stay home. He's got a restless spirit. He's been disquieted. My. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Could you imagine someone getting on Fox News and sharing this stuff? They couldn't handle the truth, could they? They'd lose all. What would happen to their ratings?
Could go up.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Zechariah 11:17. Zechariah 11. Nobody wants truth, for if they did, they pursue truth. Truth is hard. You got to pursue truth.
That's right.
Truth is not going to pursue you. Amen? Draw nigh unto me, saith Yahweh, and I will what? Draw nigh unto you. Zechariah 11:17. Zechariah. Now we're going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. Woe! When Yahweh says woe, what does he mean?
Watch out.
Whoa. Hold on. Be careful.
Listen to this.
Danger. Vengeance coming. Vengeance is mine, saith Yahweh. I will repay. Vengeance. Yahweh's about to repay. Okay, the homicide bombers get 25,000 for Saddam Hussein. Now Yahweh says, but when I pay, it's going to be even more. Now I got the divine payback. Hello? I got for the killing and the bloodletting. Yahweh says, woe to the worthless shepherd forsaking the flock. Let a sword be upon his arm and upon his right arm. His arm will wither, and his right eye shall be dimmed. You know who the worthless shepherd is? In Zechariah 13, it is Yeshua, the great shepherd. In Zechariah 11:17, it is who? The anti-Moshiach, the worthless shepherd who doesn't care about the flock, but leaves the flock because he is in pursuit of what? The city of the great king. He wants Yeshua's throne. He wants Yeshua's future. He wants to worship. Satan in heaven forsook Yahweh because he wanted to be worshipped, and when Yahweh would not allow the angels to worship S.A.10, he threw him out of heaven.
See ya.
And so Satan is not on vacation. Now he's going to say, well, I tried to get the Elohim to worship me in heaven, but I failed. Now I'm going to try to get the people of Yahweh's handiwork, mankind, to worship me by taking his capital on earth. I tried to take his capital in heaven. I was thrown out. Isn't that interesting? Well, this is getting heavy. Esau didn't like his home. Satan didn't like his home. When Satan saw that he didn't like his home, even though it was the best home, it was the third heaven, the home of Yahweh.